On this week's episode of the Beyond Kicks podcast, we are trying to answer one of the biggest questions in the sneaker industry right now. What is going on with the Jordan 1 High 85? There's a bunch of different leaks. We're going to try to get to the bottom of it.
We also just got word that Adidas and Anthony Edwards are dropping a cleat version of the AE1. CDG is back with Vans on the Authentic, and Adidas is bringing soccer shoes to basically be available for everyday wear, which is pretty cool. Apparently, that's what the people want. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this episode of the Beyond Kicks podcast. So, dude, these 85s are everywhere, and it has me really excited, but I also don't want to get my hopes up. It's very stressful at this time.
What's stressing you out?
The fact that I don't know if we'll actually see any of these release. If you didn't see, I know Nice Kicks posted it. That's what we're looking at now. There were a few other blogs that announced this as well, but at the Nike headquarters, they now have a display of all of the original Air Jordan 1 85s, but recreated with the new 85 shape that we saw on the Band 1s earlier this year. And I know, I'm trying to think, over the past year, we have seen a few pairs roll out. I believe Chase B had a Game Royal sent to him. We saw the Chicago's, which was more of like a leak from Nike HQ. I know we weren't supposed to see that, but then Fragments founder Hiroshi Fujiwara, there was a photo of him wearing the UNCs in an 85 cut. So pairs are getting around, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't want to get too excited, because I wouldn't be surprised if they were like, this is just for internal use, and now we have a display of how they would look if they were brand new. So what do you think about all this?
They need to release them all. That's all I have to say. I'm gonna take my claim to fame here. I've been rocking these 85 retros for a couple years now. I'm not a new waver like you with the new cut.
True.
Which is fun to see you wearing them, because you're not typically a high top guy. So getting the breads, seeing you wearing them a few times, I love it. Joining the cult of the 85 retros. But yeah, I mean the neutral grays, I was just wearing those yesterday. I was just in Milwaukee for my wife's work, and that was one of the pairs of shoes that I always bring along because it goes with everything. You can dress it up, dress it down, and it's an all-white Jordan 1 High, but it's super clean. And the material, little stiffer, but it cleans super well. So I've gone through a couple of pairs of those. I have double ups on the metallic reds. Not that pair. There's two different metallic reds that we're looking at. That's a different pair. And then this pair, the burgundy, white and burgundies that drop that are like $100. I have a couple pairs of those. I actually just bought I don't know if you remember this pair, but I don't think they have these on display. Red. It was the New Beginnings pack. Remember those? These ones?
Yeah, those I loved.
The red and whites. I actually purchased a pair like 2 weeks ago. I got to go pick them up for my buddy. I think he might be shipping them today. So, but I actually purchased the pack. I found the entire pack worn once in my size for I think I paid like $450, which
really
two shoes.
I
remember when they were going for like $2,000. Now they're like $650 for a brand new pack on size 11. So
I remember when they dropped, I worked at Foot Action, I think, and one of our regulars who was just really big into buying sneakers and Jordans and all that stuff, he came in wearing the ones, and that's like, I think the first, if not only time I've ever seen anybody wear them. But it was one of those shoes where it doesn't demand a lot of attention because it's a white and red Jordan 1, but when I saw it, I was like, that looks so different, because you just don't see it on that model. And oh my god,
plus nobody really wears the shoe itself.
So true. So I doubt that one is gonna make the cut, but it would be cool.
Yeah, I don't see it here in the sample display, so we can kind of rip through what we're looking at. It's basically, if you didn't see it, go check out Nice Kicks. I know Curated Van also did a post on it. He was there. Bunch of glass boxes with the shoes themselves in the boxes, and it's all the 85 new cuts. So the first pair we see in the video is the shadows, super clean. I mean, the shapes look really good as well. They look really true to that original 85 shape, which I love. I think the new breads, I still got to get a pair, but I think they finally nailed the shaping of it. So the shadows, this is, I mean, let's do a little rank it out of 10 on how much you want these to drop. Maybe Jordan Brand's listening and we can get a little extra incentive for them.
Oh, that's so true. These for me, so I was trying to, when I was looking through the list earlier today, I was trying to think of like the top 5 that I just have to have. Shadows for me it's up there, dude. It may be 2 or 3 just because it's so wearable. Black, gray, white, like you can't go wrong. You can throw this on with any outfit. So definitely up there. I need them. What about you?
What's your rating out of 10?
Like an 8.
Okay. I'm probably about the same, an 8. I had a 4-month stretch a couple years ago where I really, really, really wanted a pair of them, and then the time just kind of came and passed, and I never got a pair of just the 2016 cut, and then kind of been soft on them a little bit. But this one's gas. The metallic black pair, they decided to put a gray outsole on this one, which I don't think the original pair had, unless I'm mistaken. But these are stupid clean.
Those are good too. I don't know what it is about the metallic pack. I don't hate it, but this one's probably, I don't know if it's one of the weaker ones just because it's not as like,
There's no color on it.
yeah, I mean, like it's cool, but the ones that are a little bit brighter, like orange, green, purple, red, like those speak to me more than this. This I don't mind. I'd give it maybe like a 5, middle of the pack.
I'd give this an 8 for sure. Then we have, okay, so this is the first of the metallic pack. Now, the way that they broke this up is kind of interesting because I don't remember the original 85s, how they did it, but I don't believe that there was 2 different red versions in the 80s because they did the Do the Right Thing pack a couple years ago. They also did I think it was 2016, they did the navies and the red pair. It was like a pack that they did, that they dropped, and that's what we have on here. It's a very vibrant red and white pair with the red outsole, and then there's also the navy pair to match it, which we can see in the backdrop. Both of these are an 8 for me.
Yeah, I like the navy more. The red isn't bad. I kind of prefer the more burgundy pair to the more, what is this? Like, I can't even think of what Nike calls their red off the top of my head, but
Varsity red.
Varsity red, that's it. It's not bad. I'd say 6, maybe 7. Like it's an easy pair to wear, but the ones behind it, the navy, higher, much higher.
And I don't know if we're gonna see it here, but there's also in the background of the black metallic pair, there's also the black toe Jordan 1 with the red on the back heel, which looks really clean.
This shape just looks so much better than the release we just got. I love the release we just got, but like it's still just sitting in a box. I've always wanted a pair of black toes, but something about it just didn't scratch the itch I had. So those easy. Like that's a
Fair enough. And then they also had 2 pairs that we already have. These are pairs that I daily. We have the black and white pair as well as the neutral grays, both clean. Things start to get a little interesting here because now we're getting the metallic cut or the metallics on the 85 retro cut, which we haven't seen before. We've seen it only on the 2016-ish cut. We saw the metallic purples in like 2020, 2021 maybe. So we have the metallic purples, and then we have the green metallics, which the green metallics, I believe the last time those dropped was like 2013 for the Do the Right Thing pack, and those look really clean.
Yeah. Nah, the green is a hit all day. Not a big purple guy.
Both of these are 9s.
Yeah, that's fair. I'd say green's like a I'd say 7, and then the purple's
You'd
like
wear the green a lot because that color goes with like everything.
it does. And I have so many green shoes already, so it's like it's easy to put in the rotation.
And then we have the burgundies. All right. The one that was maybe the most interesting to me was the orange metallics. I don't think we've ever seen a Jordan 1 High Orange Metallic Retro.
I think you're right.
I think that's the one color we've never seen before, and I gotta double check on that.
I feel like I've heard that before in the past, but the orange just looks so good on
Yeah,
it too. Orange and white. It's clean, dude. So clean.
mm-hmm. Yeah, we've just seen the originals, 85s, and those are very, very, very expensive and very hard to find in good condition. So this one would be a big hit just because it's never happened before.
Mm-hmm.
And then two heavy hitters. We have the Chicago's clean, and
So
then the UNC's. These are both 10s for sure.
those are on my top 5 list all day. All day, dude.
We need this Chicago. Like the Lost and Founds were cool. We need like a true spec Jordan on Chicago.
That'd break everything. Everyone would
I
go.
mean, the band, the way that they rolled those out,
Yeah.
they did a lot better than I thought they would do, and that's the band. I think more people are hot on the Chicago's. That's me personally, I am, but yeah, this is it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then
The
Royals.
Royal looks good.
And then
I go
right.
forth on the Royal. Like I feel like I would wear the Game Royal lows. I have more, but I've worn them like twice, and like just another one. Like I love the cut, love the quality. I just feel like I would get more wear out of the highs, which is weird.
Yeah.
But I love those. So
yeah, so there you go. We they had, how many pairs do they have on? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 pairs. Comment your favorite. Comment your top 3. If you had to see any of these, what would you like to see? Comment it. You can comment on Spotify now too, I believe, as well as YouTube. So
you can
let us know. Let's see what some of these comments look like too.
For the, what are they called? Midnight Navy? Is that what they, or the Storm Blue? I don't remember that one being an original colorway for some reason, but I love that
Kentucky
one.
was.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
Yeah, this isn't like a true to the original 85s.
Mm-hmm. Dude, but if you could have every one of these in your, just access to these in your collection, you're set. I don't think I would ever want another Jordan 1 again because I'm just like, it's not these, which is so fun.
Yeah.
But it's cool.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. The original 85 colorways, we have the Black Toes, we have the Breads, we have the Chicago's, we have the Royal Blues, the Black and Whites, the Shadows, the Powder Blues or the UNC's, the White Gym Reds, which is the New Beginnings one, the Kentuckies, which haven't seen here, Neutral Grays, and then we get to the lows. We have the Neutral Gray lows. We also have the Jordan 1 straps from when he injured his ankle. We have the Dunk sole. I guess I could be sharing my tab here. We also have the Dunk sole hybrid, and then a couple of airships, which were before. And then the metallics. We have the orange metallic. I guess they were the original metallic red, burgundy red, blue metallic, black metallic, purple metallic, green metallic, navy.
Dude, they're all just so good.
So
what do you think they're going to do with this? I've heard people talking about, like, if they were smart and if they want to really shake things up, they should do an end of the year, like just massive drop where, hey, you pretty much go for the ones you want. And then like
all of them,
everyone wins. Like they should drop them all like a band event and just treat it like it was back in the old days. Like, here's all the shoes drop. Just buy the ones you like. You don't have to have all of them. Just get the ones you like, wear them, and that's it. But I just, especially since it's the 40th anniversary, it would kind of just make sense to me. But I'm just hoping if it does that, I'm all but satisfied. Like, I'm good. That's awesome.
I agree. Just drop them. I need them all.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wait and see till the end of the year, which is really annoying, but you know.
Yeah, hopefully they drop some, at least some more, at least.
Yeah, dude, Super, super hyped. Well, is there any other topic you want to dive into before we catch up a little bit? Talk about some pickups?
No, that was kind of the big one. Yeah, I got off a flight like hour and a half ago. Was in Milwaukee for my wife's work. Cool work event. Got to see a little concert. Got to spend the weekend in Milwaukee. I totally blew it. You are listening to this hopefully Saturday morning, but I totally blew it on recording time. So we were recording this Friday afternoon. Episode was supposed to drop this morning, but it didn't. So,
And that is okay.
everyone comment, thank you, Seth, for being flexible.
True.
Because then next week, I am now going to New York on Monday morning, bright and early. And then getting back from New York on Wednesday, which then we have Father's Day Saturday. We have my Father's Day Sunday, going to Abby's Father's Day Saturday. Not to mention the stuff I have to finish up after this. And then New York Monday, get back Wednesday. We have, what do we have Wednesday? Hopefully record the podcast Wednesday. It's also Cosmo's birthday, our dog.
Aww.
Thursday, church small group, and then just a couple meetings, and then off to good old Georgia, baby.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. You were booked up.
So
Too much going on.
Yeah, it's been treading water, especially coming back from the 2-week road trip and just like still catching up. So
Yeah. That's how it always is. You get back from a vacation or a trip, and then for some reason everything hits at once, and you have to play catch up, and you're just like, what do I do? How do I get through?
exactly.
So exhausting.
Exactly. So yeah, just been that. Just hit 100K on Blazing Aries Instagram. So that was kind of cool. Little milestone for the work gig. But yeah, that's about it. I got like 2 pickups, I think.
What'd you get? Let's see.
KSwiss. I think we talked about KSwiss. This is the Rakeem Miles shoe. I'm excited for what they have planned. I had a call with one of their, I believe it was the president or CEO of KSwiss, and they have a lot of cool collaborations in the works. This is kind of the first big one that they've done. Very unique. We talked about these in the podcast. They have some sort of what do you call it? Velcro on the side that you can remove the little guy, kind of place him wherever you want.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's not bad. The 2 things that I'm going to harp on in the review of them, everything is really nice on it, but 2 different materials, and I feel like it kind of makes or breaks the shoe. First of all, the midsole, outsole, it's very cheap feeling. Nothing special to it. No new tech, no foam, no nothing. Like, I know they want to go the heritage route, but like if we're mixing things up, get a new foam, get a new, like, it's very basic. And then the other thing too is the sock liner material. It's a very cheap sock liner, which that's like one of my things that I'm kind of a stickler about. So
yeah.
And then lastly, it's the back heel tab. Just looks like there was zero thought put into it. So I don't know how much they let Rakeem kind of go crazy on him, but they're moving in the right direction, which is very exciting.
I agree. Definitely agree on the midsole, because that's like the first thing my eyes are drawn to typically, because it's a super important part of the shoe. And when I look at those, I'm like, oh, you can kind of tell it's just one piece foam. It's a mold. There's nothing bad.
Yeah, there's nothing with it.
Like, I'm sure there's shoes in my collection that are kind of the same, but I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't move the needle for me as far as midsole goes. It matches your jacket behind you, so that's cool.
It does. Maybe I'll have to do some pictures with it.
Yeah, right.
Lastly, too, shout out Jordan Brand, Abby. Not my wife, a different Abby. US Open week. I have the US Open on currently. The new Jordan Air Rev golf shoes.
Damn. What
I'm
is
pumped to try these out.
What is the deal with the Zoom Air thing on the inside?
I don't know. I just opened them like an hour ago. Let's figure it out together. So we have a BOA lacing system.
Okay.
Give you some good ASMR. Release. Bless your ears with that ASMR. And then let me look here. Usually the releases, you just pull it out, but this time you don't. So underneath the insole. Oh. Okay, so it's a little different. Okay, so I thought there was something on the underside of the insole. I don't see anything. I don't see anything on the inside. On the side of the strap, that's where it is.
Huh.
So here is your, I think, Formula 23 deal.
Maybe.
I don't know where it goes. Let me look. So on the little hang tag. Oh, okay. So there's a air zoom unit, I think, in the other one. Let me look. Yes. Okay, so each one has a different side panel. Okay, so this is on the side exoskeleton of the shoe, and there's an air zoom pocket, and then there's a Formula 23 piece of foam. The zoom pocket's kind of cool looking, but the foam, it's just foam.
That's
And this is the diagram they're giving us. Now, me as a golfer looking at this, inflated to 15 psi is the air zoom unit.
mm-hmm.
Air zoom. I think you're supposed to put it on either your right or left foot, depending on if you're righty or lefty. I'm assuming they're supposed to help with energy transfer on your backswing. I don't know. I'll really have to dive into it. I thought it was on the reviews. Shout out the golf guys. You guys got to improve it, because I didn't even know. I saw the reviews of them at the golf course, the whole launch. Unless I was mistaken, did you not think that they were on the inside of the shoe?
No, dude, for some reason, I swear I read or watched a video and someone said something about lifting up the insole and being able to
Yes.
or maybe they just said the Zoom Air and my brain went to the cushion on the midsole and insole. And I just wasn't even thinking about having it on the side of my foot, but maybe.
Yeah, bad. Not great marketing there. I'm gonna do my best to fix people's opinions, because
Yeah.
as a golfer, I thought it was on the toe and on the heel. You put the different air units so that you can feel your energy weight transfer. I don't know how much of a difference it's going to make when it's on the exoskeleton of the strap that's on the medial part of your foot. I don't know. We'll be testing it out. So thank you for Jordan Brand for sending these. They're like $250 retail, so I was not planning on buying them, but
Yeah.
now we got them, and now I can check them out. So yeah, I just discovered that too for the first time. So
It's a cool pair to test
you
out, though, especially with the golf content coming up. So, hey, why not?
yes, little side note on the golf content, a lot of stuff in the works. I'm pumped about it.
There should be.
The first video I posted was like an intro about the golf, and I remember posting it, and I was sitting on the couch with Abby, and I was like, I watched I think it was a Costas video, the creator podcast, and he was like, if you're in a niche and you post content and you want to post different content, you got to know you're starting from scratch, because everyone follows you for that content. So if you post a video on watches, I've been doing a ton. I've been diving into watches recently. I don't know why, but if I post a video on watches, there might be a little overlap, but I got to build a whole completely new watch audience. So like Johnny, what's his last name? Chicago guy.
Hotstedler. I can't even tell you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. I got his lab culture deal right here.
Yeah.
He posted, I followed him for sneakers. He worked for Ghost. He did camera stuff, a whole bunch of different stuff. So he built like a whole bunch of different people. He did it. It's slow burn. It's a lot harder. That's the method. So when I posted the golf video, I was sitting there with my wife and I'm like, this is going to get 1,000 views, and I'm totally fine with that. It did like 200K on Instagram with like 10K likes. And I was like, okay, this is super sick. This got me hyped up, because I'm like, there is an audience for there. And it was different. I filmed it on the Fujifilm, like just completely different from my regular content, and it hit. So there's some cool things in the works. That's all I'll say. I'm very excited about it. I'm itching to get to the course now.
Yeah, dude. I love that. And that video was good
So
too. I mean, I'm trying to remember it because it was a while ago, I guess, when I watched it, but it didn't look like it was super complicated to film either. Maybe it
no,
was.
I had my Fujifilm on a tripod in my golf bag,
Mm-hmm.
and then just voiced it over, and that was it. Put a little storytelling in there. So
That's all you have to do.
yeah,
People
now I
love
just got to find
it.
time to actually film some more.
Yeah,
I don't know
seriously.
when we'll do that, but
Hey, hopefully when everything's
yeah. So that's me. What about you?
it's kind of where I'm at when everything slows down. I'm waiting till like after next weekend to really like start
Hmm.
just pumping out videos and content again because I'm like, we just have so much coming up this next week. I'm like, I gotta chill, focus on that. But at the moment, just
Yeah.
logging all of my ideas into Notion and brainstorming just different stuff that I want to work on, put it in a calendar and just, hey, stick to the schedule. But outside of that, last weekend, I did my first Whatnot stream, which I forgot we haven't even talked about because that feels like forever ago. But that was so
Mm.
much fun. I was so nervous at the beginning, but then you just start rolling with it. Luckily, Charlie was there to moderate, and I figured out how to let him be a moderator, although he had to tell me how. I was super lost, but I right before I started, I was like, "Oh, there's a training or like a private test server thing that you can launch." And I was like, "Oh, I should probably do that." But I didn't, and maybe that would have helped, but hey, outside of that, it was a blast, dude. Got rid of like 44 different items. I think shipped out like
Did you ship everything?
yeah, dude, that was a headache. I literally got
I told you. Told you.
well, I got everything like boxed up, labels, everything good to go. Scheduled USPS to come by the apartment Monday to come pick everything up
Hmm.
because Anna had the Subaru. I just had the Jetta, which I pretty much just take to and from like the gym or the grocery store if I need something. So I was like, dude,
Hmm.
no way I can load all these boxes into the Jetta without making like 5 different trips because I'm like, I'm just not doing that. Scheduled USPS to come pick everything up Monday, waited around all day for them to show up. Nobody ever came. So I was like, okay,
What?
well, that's not cool. So near the end of the day, got on a call with USPS, was on the phone with them for an hour after being on hold for about 30 minutes. And they were just like, yeah, it says right here, someone picked everything up. I'm like, awesome. Cool, cool, cool. So the next day, Anna was gone. I had the Subaru. So I loaded everything up, was able to make it in 2 trips, but got to my USPS center that I typically go to. I know the guy that works at the front desk because I go there all the time. Awesome dude. Started like
Mhm.
unloading all the packages and he was like, "How many of these do you have?" And I was like, there's probably like 15 more in the car and then I have like, you know, 20 more back at home." He's like, "So I actually can't take all of these, so you're going to have to drive to a like actual distribution
What?
center to get all these dropped off, which is like on the opposite side of town." So I was just like, "Oh my god, this is the biggest headache ever." So had to drive all the way over there, make it 2 trips, but it pretty much turned into a like 3 to 4 day ordeal getting rid of everything, which knocked me off my groove that I was in. But we got it all taken care of, and when I was done, I was exhausted. But that was fun. Uh, Outside of that, went to Lenox Mall yesterday for the first time in a minute just to get some like clothes for the wedding. Walked around a few
Mhm.
different sneaker stores just to sort of see what everybody had. Dude, everything that is released in the past 5 months is just sitting in every single sneaker store, which is
That's wild.
crazy. Every Jordan release, dude, there were white cements sitting at the Foot Locker at Lenox. 3 people, they were like just uh,
That's white cement is crazy.
teenagers were like walking in there with their mom because it's summer break. And I was just like
Mhm.
staring at the wall, and 3 different teenagers walked up to the wall and picked them up, showed their mom. They're like, "They have these. Can I get them?" And they were like, "Maybe. I don't know." I was just like, "This is cool." this is crazy to just sit back and watch. Like, they're just everything was there. Uh, so many pairs of Adidas, New Balance, every colorway of like AE1s, high and low, all the new Harden Volume 9s, like Saucony, Asics. They had Kayano 14s in like every color of the rainbow. I was like, this is just weird.
Interesting.
Like, it's so cool. So if there's a shoe you want, just go to the freaking mall. If you're listening to this, like, if you think you missed the release, it's probably sitting. Obviously, like, Linux is a little bit of a more like high profile mall. They have all the designer stuff, but they do have a great sneakers
Mhm.
collection. So I don't think it would be the same deal at the mall right across from me, but still, I was walking around being like, oh shit, am I about to just like buy a lot just to have like stuff to review or some new running shoes? I ended up not getting anything, which
After you
was
just sold everything.
that was my first thought. I was like, nope, nope, we're not buying any shoes. I almost bought a pair of the Adidas, the EVO SL runners that everyone's talking about.
Mm.
I need to get Adidas to send me a pair. So I got to hit up the Adidas fam about that because I really want to try them. But even those sitting only at, I think, Foot Locker, not even the Adidas store there had them, which was crazy. But I even saw pairs of the Haribo Dawn issue 6s. And I was it's just, why is all of this sitting? It's so cool to see. But outside of that, just been chilling and catching up on content. I think this is like the only pickup I got. The Harden Volume 9.
Super
Jalen
cool.
Williams, World Domination. I can't get it in the frame. Pretty sick. Pinky in the brain type deal. It's a cool shoe. Pretty cool. Not what I was expecting to come in the mail. Oddly enough, my favorite part about this whole thing is it comes with like a little tag that just says S Eaton with an Adidas logo. I was like,
That kept being the thing that I was seeing on the reviews of
yeah.
that.
I was like, this I love. This I will keep and maybe put on keys or somewhere in the studio. I don't know. Uh trying to think if there's anything else that's crazy. I get my Jound Asics Kayano 14s on Monday. That's really what is getting me through this week. So,
You hyped about that?
yeah, dude. Got both pairs. Got that early access email from Jound being like, since you've purchased stuff from us and you're on our list, I have no idea what list I'm on. They were like, you can buy one of each if you want. So I was like, yeah, let's go. Score. So very hyped for those to show up. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me, dude. Let's talk about, I want to talk about these AE1 cleats, if you don't mind. Because that timing is
Yeah. It's very good timing.
boom.
There you go.
So what were you saying? You said Miles told you this was sort of like a leak.
Complete leak. Yep. Completely leaked. Yeah, he just said, I just was like, can I review them? He's like, if they ever see the light of day. Because they're expected to drop next spring, summer of 2026 if they do come out. I
Oh,
guess
wow.
we'll see. But we're just looking at AE1 low, Best of Addy 2.0, or Stormtrooper low in cleat form. It's just got plastic cleats on the outside, meant for football, but they made football cleats can be used for anything. So, yeah, they look good. It's the low top, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I mean, my thoughts on it, we're the first to wear, besides Paul Rudd rocking the Velocity Blues in a celebrity game, I believe Bailey was the first person to rock a pair of 8-1 lows, if not 8-1s in the MLB, which is now football, but it's MLB.
Do you know if Paul Rudd's had like spikes in them? Or were they just,
They were done by Custom Cleats. Yep.
oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah, so I believe we had the first pair. I know Bailey immediately was like, I love them. They're awesome. He was like, they hold up really well. They barely show any wear and tear. I have them, the pair that he wore. They're in the garage. I was going to get them out, but I just ran out of time for the podcast. But yeah, I immediately was like, you guys should make these. Like, I think I have a text to one of the designers last year about he loves these. Like, when I was trying to get as much of Adidas to know what we were doing as possible.
Yeah.
And then fast forward this year, we've done a bunch of pairs. We have the USAs coming as well. I just delivered those this past week. He loves them. A bunch of people have started wearing them. Another big influence, I think, for this was the Jordan Addison of the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Mache customs that he did. Let me see if I can find those. That's this exact cleat.
Is it really?
Like to a T. Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Now it is painted, so it's not like
It looks
the exact
good.
thing, but it's the same thing. Yeah. Which let me Google this. I don't know if this is public information.
Yeah, but when I first saw this, I was like, wow. Well, Charley did that, in my opinion. But yeah, I just think it's so cool. And it's about time, really.
Okay, so I don't know if this is public information, but I'm gonna say it anyways. A week later, so Jordan Addison was an Adidas athlete. He signed a multi-year deal with Adidas. A week after they dropped him as an athlete, he's no longer an athlete with Adidas.
Wow. That's kind of crazy.
And now they're coming out with their own cleat, which looks exactly like his. Very interesting. So yeah, I don't know. I think that played more of a part into it than Bailey did, but I think Bailey definitely had a little little incentive.
It was media buzz too. Like if you're seeing all these news publications and Instagram accounts posting your sneaker and a cleat version of it, and you're like Andrew Parks or one of the designers, you're like, you know, that's not a bad move. So I don't know. I feel like you and Bailey definitely played a bigger part, but that's just me because those posts were everywhere, everywhere. Dude.
They were in the sneaker space, at least.
Yeah. It's just so cool, man. I love it.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see what happens next year.
That's true. Let's talk about these CDG Vans, dude. Making a comeback. Dude, when I first saw these, for some reason I don't really remember the CDG Vans. When I see this, I just think of like the Fear of God ones because it's very similar. And I don't remember when these originally released, but I think the Fear of God ones, it was like that 2016 like hype beast vibe. And at the time I was wearing Vans, but for some reason I just never really saw the hype in them. I was just kind of like, okay, like it's cool. Why y'all freaking out about this? But I like this. It's fun to see a little throwback. It's definitely nothing I would go for, but it's all right. It's all right. Love Vans though.
I'm not a Vans guy. I'm like never been a Vans guy. So
Really, dude, there was a period I think freshman year in college where I had like 4 or 5 pairs of Vans, and that was like my sneaker rotation. It was a white pair, a red pair, a black pair, and like a navy pair, and that was just like it was all I wore for about a year, and loved it. They're just so fun. I can skate them, and I can just walk around.
I was never a skater, so I never had that introduction to them. I was always leaning on the basketball end, so
Mm-hmm.
I could definitely see being a Vans guy. I see it. So maybe I'll have to pick these up.
Yeah, I need to get a pair of Vans again. I don't even think I own any Vans. It's just kind of funny,
I have
but
the Notro Vans.
those are cool.
Those are kind of cool.
I forgot about that. Those I was supposed to get a pair of those. Like they hit me up about those and like some apparel. You got yours and then mine just never showed up and I was like completely forgot about it until right now. So cool. Cool.
Happens.
Dude, it happens a lot and I always forget about it. Dude, these I love. I don't know what it is. We got the Adidas soccer inspired F50 Taekwondo, which is their like sort of, I don't even know what you describe this shoe. I mean, essentially it's a soccer cleat with a slim midsole to it. That yellow pair and that blue pair just kind of calling my name for summer. They have this like sort of just glossy coating to them. They're cool. Super futuristic.
They're like they're like bold and not at the same time. Like I can't really
Mhm.
get a read on them. I can't tell if I like them either.
Yeah, it's one of those like the outfit I've seen a lot of people wearing with them. It's either like just baggier pants or like short shorts
Mhm.
with some socks.
Very UK streetwear fashion-esque.
Yeah, throw these on with a pair of Lululemon short shorts and apothecary socks, and I'm cooking for summer. That is all I need.
There you go.
Another one I
Yeah,
gotta
that I
hit.
would say the blue. They kind of look carbon fiber too. It's like a glossy metallic, almost carbon fiber underlay. It's interesting looking. I'm curious on the fit since there's no laces. It's just Velcro.
Yeah,
Very
no,
interesting lacing system.
yeah, that texture is wild though. I don't know. Where did this trend come from? This like soccer cleat thing? Because it just sort of blew up overnight.
UK. Eh, UK.
Yeah. I just
From where I've seen it, yeah.
I'm kind of here for it because they do have such a futuristic, cool, sleek look to them. So I'm here for it. We'll see if I actually hop on the wave or not. But the yellow and blue pair, honestly, even the purple, I'd take any of them. Adidas, just send over, whatever. I'll take them.
They're cool. They're cool. I could see you rocking these. They look a little too skinny for my liking, but
Oh,
the blue pair is definitely eye popping.
they definitely are. Actually, Adidas, don't send me these. Send me this next pair because we just got to look at their made in Italy $400 Italia shoe. A shoe I would never buy. I don't know. The toe box, I'm not a huge fan of. I think it makes it look a little look goofy, kind of like
Now they're
ramen.
not going to stand it since you're not an actual supporter.
I don't know. I'm like, but this I just feel like would be such a cool shoe to have.
Hmm.
Similar vibe.
It looks like the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's, the Jabbar lows that they've been
It does.
pushing. This is not the Jabbar, is it?
No.
No,
Mm-mm.
this is the Taekwondo. It looks a lot like that. Very thin leather, green, white, very classy,
Yeah.
very minimal.
It's just
Yeah,
that.
these are cool. Very, very 70s vibe.
Yeah. If you like, I mean, it's kind of like Cortez ish vibe, but it is sort of that indoor soccer shoe.
Early Cortez, yeah.
Yeah, like a driver. But yeah, if someone sent me these, I would try them. I don't think I would pay $400 for these, but it's kind of the
Price
style.
tag steep.
Yeah. Hmm. Don't see why not.
What about these? Jown. You're Mr. Jown. They're taking
Huh?
on the Puma Monstro. This is the ASAP Rocky one that I just have over here now.
It is. I remember seeing this was like 2 months ago, but Puma did a little preview pop up of every either like colorway or collaboration that they have coming up on this model. And this one definitely caught my eye originally because I saw the brown. I was like, ooh, that actually like that looks pretty cool. And then I kept swiping through photos and saw the 4Js on the insole, and I was like, okay, okay, I see you. I don't know if this is a shoe I would really rock. I don't know how I would style these, but honestly, maybe even the same, like some shorts, apothecary socks, and you're good to go. Or you have to go with more of a baggy fit because it just has that sleek but aggressive look to them. But I love suede. It looks good though. We'll see.
They're interesting. They're interesting. I'm very excited to try out the model that I have.
Mm-hmm. I feel like there's a lot
I don't know.
of
I don't know where they are. I
potential.
think they're in the container behind me, but um, yeah, I'm excited to try them out. Brown suede and a really nice plush tan leather. That's John's recipe
You,
right there, man.
you can't Can't beat it, dude. I feel like I saw a
There
pair
is other colorways too.
navy. Yeah, navy looks good.
Navy with tan.
I feel like brown I would go for more, but like that dark navy with a
I
black
would go
pencil
brown,
just
brown.
hard. Dude, that
Depending on how I like the feel of the pair that I have, I could get behind these.
yeah.
These are kind of exciting. I think I could get behind these. The logo is just stitched. There's no overlaying. It's like a one stitch Nike Dunk. It's kind of that design.
And that's what I like about them because it doesn't scream any brand at all. It's just like, here's a nice suede and leather shoe with an aggressive midsole, you know. But
I
I'm
like it. I like it.
160 is a little bit cheaper than I was expecting too. So that's nice. We'll see.
Yeah, it's not bad. One of the big ones we talked about last week was the Kith Asics collaborations, the Tech Summer. Looks like we're getting more GEL-Kayano 12.1s, some more GR colorways.
I think
How are we feeling on these? Another 6-pack.
this is like the first time we've seen GR colorways on this model because we saw the Kith ones, which was like the relaunch of the model. I think we saw Bodega do one and then Kith again, but I don't know if I've seen any others. But for like a starter GR pack, I think they did a great job. That the one that's really catching my eye is that yellow and green on the bottom left. I just something about it I really like. Like I wear the Tai Chi Kayanos and they have the same yellow on the midsole, and something about that, just that little hit of color, I love. Or the just green metallic up top. The blue and brown doesn't look bad either. Like if I had any of these, I'd rock them. I just really want to try this model overall because I think it's interesting, something different. What do you think? What's a standout colorway out of the bunch?
Yeah, I mean, so there's 6 colorways. They're all mesh based with some sort of silver metallic overlay. The white, silver, and green, clean. The black pair, the black sheep in the collection. It's the only black base of mesh.
True.
I like it. It's clean. I can't go the green and yellow. That's Packer colors. I can't. That's
Valid.
It's against my DNA, man. Top right, I don't know, the brown and the blue. It's kind of like weird shades of brown and blue. Poop brown and like a pastel blue. Not my favorite. The middle right pair, yellowish with a really, really light blue. It's kind of a feminine color, I would say. I could definitely see my wife wearing those. That pastel blue with that kind of tint of yellow is not my favorite. And then the metallic silver on the bottom right, very Just Say No, Sneaker Politics-esque, but a more maroon shade of red rather than a bright red. So I think if I had to pick one, I would go for the hidden knockoffs, the top left,
Yeah,
the green and silver.
I get that. That's what I'm waiting for from Hidden is when they do a shoe like this and you can actually use like the green gel. Like that's all I want. I want that pop like they did on the NYCs, but just on a different model. Because that one was so good, dude. Crushed it. But this model would
Yeah.
definitely hit.
Yeah, the Venture Shield 6s just brought them on another trip. They need a clean bad, man. But those are
We
still
talk
my
about that shoe
go-tos.
every episode, and it's so funny.
Bro, that's
We get comments.
maybe I'll make that the running joke.
It's so funny.
I gotta see if they're sitting, if I can still buy a pair, I'm buying another pair because I'm ripping through my pair
Share your screen
quick.
I want to see. Because I know last time I checked on Asics, they were, but I think they were at like boutiques.
We looked, remember?
Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Yes, they are. They have my size 11.
They have my size.
Going to buy a pair.
I'm literally looking at my pair over there too. It's so funny.
Let's see what else they got. I know we looked at other colors of them.
They do have some good colorways, man. It's been a while since we've checked.
Venture 6 Shield. Where is it now?
But like none are showing up.
Fan Shroud 6 Shield. Try this one more time.
Just click one of those. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Wonder why they're not showing.
I don't think there is any. I can't tell if there's anything new yet. Black. No. No, it's like all the same colors.
Yeah, that tracks.
That one might be different than Ironclad. I don't know. We don't need to talk about this, but all right, two more here. We got the Lowe's Adidas basketball 2 lemonade colorway coming out. I just posted a review if you want to get kind of a look at this. I know Seth did a review as well in some very oversized Fear of God clothing, but now we're getting the lemonade color.
Dude, I literally almost wore the Fear of God Adidas shirt to record the podcast, and it was just so big. I was like, I don't know. I'm literally about to buy a fabric cutter and just chop that boy. So
do it.
We'll see.
Like it.
Might as well.
How
would you rank?
I don't know.
Because we have 3 colorways. We have the black, lighter gray, pink that we just got.
Depends on what's released to the public. Let me check out Adidas's website.
Because I know there's I'm trying to remember which colorways I saw at All-Star Weekend. I know there's like a baby blue pair coming out that's very similar to this. And I think that's the only other one because it was the baby blue in this, the ash pearl that they were highlighting.
Mm-hmm.
Go to Fear of God Athletics, their website, because they would have them because they just show, I think, sold out. Let's see. Also, one thing to note, they did drop the prices on pretty much all of the apparel across the board, which is nice. I think you just have to scroll through their the last page and maybe it's on there. There's some good apparel.
Yeah,
the gray I love. Maybe not.
That's all right.
I think it was just the gray and black.
Fear of God footwear.
Dude, I was looking through their footwear the other day. The prices are insane.
Some fun stuff. $700 for Mox is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to appeal to the high end stuff. So,
which I like.
There's a play for it, I guess. Yeah,
there definitely is. I mean, they're doing good.
All right, last one here. Waffle Racer Origin on the Pegasus 41. Another little kind of homage to an old pair.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago, we saw one on the higher performance Nike running shoe, and this is sort of the same take where they basically mesh the two together with some like painted overlays to make it look like that shoe. This one I think looks really good. Like you said with the Asics, it is sort of like Packers colors, so you know. But
this one less so. But yeah, I mean, I just like. I keep saying it. Bring it to some of the other running shoes because like the light trails we've talked about, the other colorways they've done on some of the running shoes are unique, and they even have storytelling. So it's like, yes, this is awesome.
Yeah. And this is the shoe that I've been running a lot in anyway. So I'm like, I really want these. Ooh, wait. Cycle through the photos a bit. I just noticed the tongue on this. It sort of has like a stamped Nike tongue. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
I like this.
Yeah, they're not.
Very weird. It's like the overlays are just like imprinted on the mesh of the original shoe. And you got that bigger swoosh, which just makes it look cool. So
$150. There you go, Seth. New running shoe for you.
Maybe on the lookout. Yeah, if Adidas doesn't send me the Adizero EVLS 10 1000 whatever running shoe that everyone's talking about.
Evo SL.
Yeah, that. See, I don't even know. I haven't done a review on them, so I don't even know anything about them.
The Evo Pro is the marathon shoe. The Evo Pro SL or the Evo SL. It's just a regular running shoe. I have the Evo SL.
Yeah, they look good. They look good, dude. Need to get a
Yeah, they're
pair.
cool.
Outside of that, I think that's pretty much it for today, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you everybody for listening. Uh, we'll catch you next week. Sorry for the delay, but hey, you're gonna listen to this anyway, so it's okay.
We're keeping the streak alive. Still releasing this week, so
Exactly. I love it. But thank you again. Catch you next week. Peace.
peace.